Onto this now. So the controversy surrounding Dr John Hlophe's appointment to the Judicial Service Commission is back in court with the Democratic Alliance and anti-corruption watchdogs questioning the National Assembly's decision to nominate him. The matter is now being scrutinized by the Western Cape High Court, where the applicants, including Freedom Under Law and Corruption Watch, are seeking a review of the nomination and calling for Umkhonto Wesizwe Party leader Dr John Hlophe's designation to be overturned. Newzroom Afrika's reporter Nasiphi Same filed this report.
Freedom Under Law, together with the Democratic Alliance, argued that the National Assembly acted irrationally by not considering Umkhonto Wesizwe Party leader Dr John Hlophe's past when approving his appointment to the Judicial Service Commission.
National Assembly failed to exercise a discretion vested in them. And in fact, not that they failed to do so because they didn't realize that they had a discretion. But you could also characterize it as a mistake of law, because the reason they didn't exercise that discretion was that they didn't understand that they had one. Failure in the decision-making process because they abdicated their responsibility by blindly rubber-stamping the nominations of the minority parties. The appropriate order would be firstly to declare Dr Hlophe's appointment unlawful and invalid, and then, of course, refer the issue back to the National Assembly. But what is referred back to the National Assembly is the vacancy that arises.
Corruption Watch argued that it is unprecedented for an impeached judge president to return to a body from which they were removed.
Dr Hlophe has demonstrated by his conduct that he is not a suitable person to be appointed to the JSC. The appointment of Justice Hlophe, Dr Hlophe, would make a mockery of the process of the JSC. Where in the world does one have a situation that someone is removed from the judiciary through impeachment for gross misconduct and then says, I want to be appointed to nominate my successor? The clarity order is necessary to avoid a repetition of the very conduct which lies at the heart of the issue.
Hlophe's defense pushed back, arguing that there's no explicit legal barrier preventing an impeached judge from sitting on the JSC.
The false narrative that's being peddled here is that when a person exercises the power in the Judicial Service Commission, they're exercising a judicial power. They are not. They're simply conducting an interview. And they are not making any decision, they make recommendations. The person who makes a decision is the president of the country. For somebody to suggest that you need a holy angel to sit in the JSC in order to perform the functions of a JSC is absurd. The only qualification for membership of under 1781H is member of the National Assembly. That's the only qualification.
The matter, which will resume on Wednesday, is being heard by a full bench of judges from outside the Western Cape Division. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Nasiphi Same in Cape Town.